Hi, this is Delisa Carnegie with Apocalypse Friday, Yarnie as bleep. Let you fill that in. This is the very first episode of this new Yarnie vlog that I'm going to be doing. So I'm really excited about that. New things are happening. So if you had followed Apocalypse Friday before, you know that I was doing some really awesome hand-dyed yarn, and I had to take a break from that because of some personal stuff, but things are starting to change again and shake out, so I'm hoping to get back to dyeing yarn, because who doesn't fucking love hand-dyed yarn? I don't know. But until then, I'm going to start working on some other things, like episodes for this vlog, talking about projects that I'm working on, other yarns that, you know, not my own, that I've been working with, and maybe even get some Yarnie tutorials going. I really don't know at this point. It's just like fun experiment time, and you know, let's just see what happens. So fun times, right? So if you've sort of been paying attention to my blog, I posted recently about a 10 stitch Afghan. I've got to grab it. It, like, my bag slipped down so I can't reach it. Okay. A 10 stitch Afghan baby blanket, and it's going along fine. It looks awesome. I like this yarn, but the problem is I am running out of time to actually get it done. See? Love the way it's coming out, but look, it's like I've been working on this for weeks, and it's just a super tiny little square. So even though I like it and I like this yarn, it is soft. It is this Elise baby wool. Oh, can you see that? Anyway, that I ordered this off of Amazon, and it actually came from Russia. But it is a blend. It is a wool acrylic bamboo blend, and it's soft. It works up nice. I can't find on this label if it says like the yarn weight, but I'm pretty sure the listing said like a DK, but I would say it was more closer to a sock weight than a DK. So if you're interested, if you ever buy that yarn, because where is my, I don't know, I'm trying to find the label of the other yarn that I switched to. So even though the last baby blankets, I was like not super happy with the Lion brand mandala yarn, I did go ahead and buy it again because it is inexpensive, easy to find, and it's gonna work up way quicker, because if you look, see if I can get this to show. Like, I have my painting stuff all over my table here, so I'm having a really hard time. I don't have enough space, so if you look, you can see that Lime Brand has listed this as like a light yarn. one, it does it say specifically? No, it doesn't say. Just like a light number 3, whatever that means. They're DK, and if you can see the difference in the thickness. So like this one is, to me, is more closer to a sock than a DK. Just so you are aware of that if you try to order this yarn for a project. But it is soft and is working out nice, and I do like the color that I ordered. So while I'm mixing it for the baby blankets that I have to get done, just because of time, my light is falling onto everything. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my lamp is falling over. Okay. Sorry about that. I am going to use it for a different project. I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet, but I am going to make something because I do like the yarn. And for that yarn, I also ordered, because I had 2 baby blankets to do, and I ordered 2 things of yarn. And another thing, with having it shipped from Russia, it took like a really long time to get here. So if you're on a time constraint, think about that before you order this yarn. But it comes packed in a Ziploc bag, all nice and squished together. I didn't have any problems with it getting yucky during shipping. This is the other colorway that I bought. I don't even know if these colorways have any, like, names on them, because the labels are mostly in Russian. But it's pink, purple, yellowy, and white. So, and it is also soft and looks nice, and I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I might gift it to someone. Maybe I'll do a giveaway or something for it, because someone can use it, right? So since I'm not using the Elise yarn, since I am not using the Elise yarn for the baby blankets, I did switch to Lion Brand mandala. This one is like the bluey purpley green. It's not like the full-on rainbow, it's just blue, purple, and green. So far I have not run into any tangles or knots, which was a huge problem with the last skeins of this yarn that I got. And for time purposes, I'm just doing a one big granny rectangle. You can see it's working up really nicely. So that way, because I've got 2 of these to do, and that way I can get them done, hopefully before, babies are born, or, reach adult size. And then I got this one is the other color that I got. Do these colorways have names on them? I don't even know. I'm so used to my own yarn, like I forgot, Honeydukes. I've forgotten how yarn labels work, because mine, when I'm doing my stuff, it doesn't have labels. So hopefully this one will also work up nicely and not be full of knots and tangles and nonsense that nobody wants in their fucking yarn. So, yay. Now I've got that little bit of like important project share stuff out of the way. Let's talk about like possible future stuff. I don't even know. Things that are coming in the future sometime soon. Like, I have an idea for a project that I really want to work on, and it would be like a group project kind of thing, like a knit along or a crochet along, in which you would get some fabulous hand-dyed yarn from me and a pattern. Now, I cannot say at this point that I would be the one designing the pattern, because there are a lot of fabulous indie designers out there that would be awesome to work with too. And what you would get, you'd get the yarn, the pattern, and then be part of a group that would last, you know, for the duration of the project, and then it would close for like a magic making space. Because when I'm working with yarn and stuff, for me, it is like working magic. It's like spell casting and creating an enchantment. I mean, you are working love and goodness and all kinds of wonderful things into your stitches as you create your piece. And it really is just its own form of magic. And I think that would be really fucking amazing to work that in a group. And at the end of our time together, we end up with a shawl or some finished piece that is just like imbued with all this love and magic that we have created together. And, you know, and then that piece becomes a talisman that you can wear, which is really fucking awesome, I think. So I want to do that, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work it yet. It might be through my Patreon page. It might be something a little separate. But, yeah, I think that would be really fucking awesome. I just got to get it all sorted out and get a yarn together and pick a project and all the fun, you know, behind the scenes details shit that goes into creating these things. Because, it would just be fucking awesome to work some magic together. So, hopefully you will be into that and want to do that, have that experience with me. Yeah, so where can you find all this stuff? Since this is new, probably should tell you about where things are. So the yarn blog, Yarnie AF, you can find that at apocalypsefriday.com. And yeah, boo. And I am also on Patreon, so that would be patreon.com/apocalypsefriday. I'm working on getting new reward levels and things set up there. So the so like these blog posts, as that goes on, they will be shared on my Patreon first, and then later become available to YouTube and the public. Any like tutorials or project specific videos, like for any group work or anything like that that I end up doing, will be on Patreon, but they will probably only be available to supporters of my Patreon page. So I'm not too sure about how that's going to work out yet, but just be aware that if you're just subscribing to the YouTube channel and not following along in some other places, there might be some projects that you don't get access to. But for the most part, everything will be here on YouTube. Okay, so it sounds like an awesome plan. If you have questions about yarn, questions about knitting, crocheting, other yarn magic, let me know. Pop them into the comments. This is like a totally new thing, so I'm not sure what my next vlog will be about. I might, find some knots in that line brand yarn to rant about again. But yeah. Let me know what kind of yarn things you are interested in. Like, what kind of talismanic clothing do you need to rock? Do you need like a shawl of, invisibility? One of fucking badassery? Tell me about it. What are you interested in? What's your favorite color? All that cool stuff. So, yeah. So I hope you will subscribe and stick around for future episodes. And you can find me on Patreon as Apocalypse Friday. You can find my blog at apocalypsefriday.com. And you can find me on Instagram as Apocalypse Friday. All right. Thank you for watching. Go make some yarn magic. Be yarny as fuck. Forgot to bleep. See you next time.